Hi,
Hi,
Rupali.
how
How
are
are you?
you?
I am doing good. How are both of y'all?
We're
Good.
good. Very excited to be here. Thank you for having us, Rupali.
Same here, and I'm super excited because this is definitely something that I want to know about. So let's quickly begin. Let's not delay anymore. Would you
Yeah.
please want to introduce yourself firstly, and then we can begin with the session?
Thank you, Rupali. We are Aanchal and Jessica. I'm Aanchal.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
We are from Solution Healing and we are certified Access Consciousness practitioners. We are certified advanced Theta Healers and we are here today to talk about the subconscious mind. And before we just dive into this topic, I want to tell you a little bit about Access Consciousness. So, Access, as the name suggests, is about accessing your level of awareness, your level of consciousness, and being more aware of your subconscious mind. Theta healing is a very different healing modality. It uses meditation as a way to connect to your subconscious mind. So both these healing modalities that we use, I want to tell all the listeners that they're very different in their nature. They're very different in their processes, but they come down to the same destination, which is awareness of your subconscious mind. And this is why Jessica and I have chosen these two healing modalities because they empower us to know what is really going on in our subconscious mind. And we would love to share it with all of you today.
I think I'm super excited, and I have so many questions already popping up in my head right now. And this is
Please go
definitely
ahead.
something that this is definitely something that I've not read about before. And I would really love to know, how the subconscious mind works and how are you actually, trying to get to know more about it. So do you want to start with that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you
sure.
So
could.
We'll go
today,
ahead.
why we are I want to start with this. Why we are giving so much of importance to the subconscious mind. Why we are giving so much of weightage to the subconscious mind. It is the subconscious mind which is actually in charge of our life. Our human mind, comprises of two elements: the conscious mind, which is only the 10%,
Yeah.
and it is where the maximum people operate from. And the other part is the subconscious mind, which actually comprises of 90% of the human mind. It is actually responsible for how your life will unfold. It is what
Okay.
you think, your point of views, your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings and emotions, which are actually a part of your subconscious mind, which actually create your reality, how you live, how you be, what you achieve, what you get, what you cannot manifest. So it is your point of view, your thoughts, feeling, emotions, which create your reality. A lot of people are under the illusion that your reality, your life creates the way you think. No, it is your point of view which creates your reality.
So imagine all of these factors, your beliefs, your opinions, your emotions, your thought processes, they actually start to unfold your life in a certain way. Today, if I believe in a superstition, like if the black cat crosses my road, I will have something inauspicious happening in my life, then that will show up for you. If you believe in something, it will show up for you. The universe doesn't care whether it is a positive belief or a negative belief. It just presents it to you the way you think is true, the way you feel is right. And this is why, after learning so much about the subconscious mind, we started to realize that if we have more awareness about it, we can actually change our lives. Because awareness is the key to change. If you really want to change your situation, your relationships, your finances, your health, you need to have an awareness of what is going on in your body. You must be able to acknowledge of what is it in your subconscious mind that is creating this for you today. So all these factors,
Right.
when we learn about it through access consciousness through theta healing, we get to know more about the subconscious mind.
So,
Okay, so sorry,
yeah,
please
go
continue.
ahead, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, so I was just kind of summarizing the entire explanation that you gave, that basically whatever we're thinking, eventually the universe manifests it. So
Yes.
like we all say that people say that, okay, acha socho, think good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is the reason. I mean, this is the reason behind it. It's not just कि भाई अच्छा सोचो अच्छा होगा. Not, it's not just कि भाई बड़े
Yeah.
लोग
It's
बोलते
the
हैं ऐसे.
reasoning. Yeah.
Right. It's like basically it's got a scientific and a very logical reasoning to it. And the reason is, like you said, that the universe manifests everything. So the more we
Yeah.
think positive, the more positive things will be manifested for us, right?
Yes, but it is so funny that a lot of people have been like, you're right, what you think is what you attract, like as she said. So what happens
Right.
is, there are many ways, like, a lot of people are right now getting into this thing. They're manifesting what they want in their lives, and, thinking
Right.
positive thoughts. But what they're not
Right.
understanding is that they are tapping into the conscious level. They're not tapping into the subconscious level. A lot of people are not even aware what they actually feel. Like somebody over here, like she was trying to get pregnant, and she was going on saying those affirmations, I want a healthy baby, I want a happy baby, I will be safe in pregnancy, whatever. But she was
Right.
not still getting pregnant. Why? Because her subconscious belief somewhere was that she will die in labor. So you understand how the subconscious mind works. People are only tapping into the conscious mind, but they're not willing to acknowledge the subconscious mind, which is actually what it is all about. Which is actually is like, it's like your conscious mind just dreams for you. It is the subconscious mind which actually fulfills your dream. You have to feel it at the subconscious level. You have to send out those positive thoughts from the subconscious level.
And for this purpose, if you see Rupali, nowadays so many people are indulging in so much of self-care, self-awareness techniques. So many workshops have come up that give you awareness about your own being, your own self. There
Right.
are so many books in the market that talk about changing your mindset, changing your reality with just changing your thoughts. There is so much that people are doing. People are into meditation techniques, people are into
Right.
yoga practices. There are so many religious, so many spiritual ways to come close to your subconscious mind. And all of
Right.
these ways definitely bring you so much closer to your subconscious. And every way is so amazing. Whichever way you choose to go forward with, that's amazing. And
Mhm.
Rupali, we know that you're also into meditation. So, what is
Right.
your
Yes.
take on that, and how has that benefited you?
To be very honest, so I am somebody who is very hyperactive, and and that can be good in a way, and it can be bad in a way. So, when there are too many things that come in, I'm not scared of handling it, but then I start getting very nervous and very stressful. So, I think that is one of the main things why I started meditation, because,
Okay,
I
wonderful.
wanted my Yes, I wanted my body to really, realize what is happening and try and, handle things and not just get over stressed about it. So that is the reason why I started meditation. And also, I've done pranic healing myself, and then they
Wow.
teach you those
Okay.
techniques. But I'm sure that there can be different ways of meditation, but in the end, I think the purpose is basically the same, right? The purpose
Yes,
for
yes,
everybody, right, is
so
is
true.
is is just to, basically
Hmm.
calm yourself down and be aware of
Exactly.
your
That's
To
whatever is
deeply
happening
connect
with
with
yourself.
yourself. Yeah.
so. Yeah,
Exactly, right.
lot of people are nowadays using a lot of tools, like as she said, a lot of self-help techniques. Like, I want to just ask, how many of you all have read the book The Secret? It is
Yeah.
right now the most in book, best way to manifest, and everybody is using that book, which is
Hmm.
great. It emphasizes on the law of attraction. It emphasizes on the fact that what you believe, what you think, what you act, what energy you emit to the universe, it will be
Show up
Right.
in
reciprocated in the same way.
yeah.
So, which is
Hmm.
great. It is very nice that nowadays a lot of people at least have that awareness that things can change in their life. Once you
Agreed.
shift your mindset, things can happen for you, which is very
Hmm.
good, because now people are actually empowering themselves to create a better reality for themselves.
Yeah. So once you expose yourself to such information, suddenly the ball is in your court. You want to make changes, you want to create a better life for yourself. You just don't want to stop with whatever is showing up for you. So you start changing your mindset. But again, I want to ask all the listeners today, if you want to be rich, if you want to be wealthy, if you want to be abundant, overnight, if you start thinking thoughts of abundance, and if you start saying affirmations of abundance, and if you start pretending and acting to be abundant all the time, will actually abundance show for you? Do you think you will start pulling in all of those that cash, that money, those business offers, all of that big paycheck that you want? Will it start showing up in your life? So this is why there is actually a little gap between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Generally, because we work with a lot of people, we have worked so much on ourselves with these tools of Theta and Access. We've realized that your conscious mind may not be the same as your subconscious mind. So consciously, you may be asking for money. Oh, I want to be abundant. Oh, I want to say these affirmations. But subconsciously, your mind may be somewhere else. And that is what we will be talking about today. So let's go ahead with it.
So
Yes,
like you
Prince, I'm very interested as to how we can actually train our subconscious
Yes.
mind because, like you said, I mean, just wanting something and then just saying it consciously will
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
give us the effect that we're
Exactly.
looking for.
this is exactly what is happening. If you take the last year 2020, everybody got the free time. A lot of us were trying to connect with ourselves. A lot of us enrolled for those self-help workshops, spiritual practices, religious practices, affirmations, as she said. A lot of us try to connect with our own being, do what we feel. And still, why a lot of us are failing,
Right.
by doing all these things, what is happening is some of us are, just being able to tap into that 10% of their conscious mind.
Yeah.
Which is great, which we will
Mhm.
actually tell everybody to keep doing, because that is the first step to
Yeah.
have that
Don't
awareness.
stop doing
Don't
that.
stop, because that is the
Okay.
only way you can, that is the number one step to create that change
Mm.
in your life, that action which you take to start finding out, to start digging deeper. But
Right.
unfortunately, a lot of us just stop at the conscious level.
Yeah.
They don't want to dig deeper. The subconscious mind, they don't want to tap into the subconscious mind, which is actually the 90% of the human mind.
Yeah.
It is like, the sleeping giant. And you have to wake that up. You have to wake that up. You have to tame your subconscious mind. You have to tap into your subconscious mind. You have to keep digging deeper to actually find out your core beliefs, which will actually help you create the change that you desire.
So let me actually explain. There's been a lot of conversation up till now about the conscious and the subconscious. So
Right.
just to give a better explanation to all the listeners today, I want to explain this with an example. So let's take an example of a chariot that is being pulled by horses. Okay. So the horses are the ones that are pulling the chariot with all their strength, their horsepower, and let's take the horses as the conscious mind, only the 10%. Now, the other
Okay.
element of the chariot is the driver of the chariot, who's
Right.
holding the reins of the horses
Yeah.
in his hands. He decides how fast the horses run. He decides
Right.
which direction the horses runs to. He decides when the horses stop. Now,
Right.
that driver is actually your subconscious mind. He is the master.
Okay.
He is the commander. And the chariot, the whole body of the chariot, where it reaches, where it goes, that is you. That is your existence, your reality, your life. So whichever way the driver of the chariot commands the horses to run to, your life will go in that direction. If you go to the direction of failure or success, that is all dependent on your subconscious mind. And that is the value of our subconscious mind. Obviously, your conscious mind has to be in great form. The horses need to be strong, healthy, in their fit position. That's why we
Right.
say that it is important to indulge in practices like meditation, yoga, all of your spiritual healings and religious practices. All of those are required to keep your conscious mind in order. And that's really necessary. However, we are forgetting the basic element. The reins, the master is actually the subconscious mind who is directing these horses. So that's why we give you this example, because I believe it will stay with people. People will memorize it and remember it this way.
So now, it's very evident your life, your reality, your world, your existence, it all dependent how you tame those two elements, how you tame the horses and how you tame the horse driver.
Yeah.
To actually lead
Right.
your life into the direction of a joyful life. The entire world right now is, facing that challenge to how to get that awareness, how to actually control, tame that mind, how to actually get in charge of the have the reins in your hand of your life. And this is what everybody of us is struggling with, is actually how to tame it to create a better future.
So, like we said, there are many ways. There are many, many ways. There's all kinds of healing modalities. There are so many practices that you can do that will bring you closer to your subconscious. And the way that we have chosen, that Jessica and I have chosen, is Theta Healing. So let's get into a deeper discussion about Theta.
Yeah.
So it's a very strange word, okay? So Theta, I think we've heard it in maths, right?
Yes.
That was the time when I was like, okay,
Yes.
what, are we going to study maths in this? What is it going to be? So let me just explain
Right.
this in the scientific way. Our brain has 5 brain waves. There's alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and theta.
Okay.
Right? So theta healing works in a way that it puts your brain into the theta brainwave.
Basically, what happens
Okay.
is through this process, which is called the roadmap, which we are facilitators of, which we have been trained for.
Yeah, we are certified
certified 30 Theta Healers. So through this process, which is called the brain roadmap, we enter into the Theta brain wave. That is a state
Okay.
of deep relaxation. It is
Yeah.
a state where
Okay.
your physical mind, body, everything is at ease. You're mentally and physically at peace. It is a state wherein you're drowsy, but you are totally aware
Yes.
of what is happening in your life. You are totally aware of your beliefs, your thoughts, feeling, emotions.
Mhm.
You are basically, it is a state between the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. So we tap into that theta brainwave. It is actually the space where you actually get the sense of having the reins in your hand, and
Yeah.
from there you can direct your life the way you want to.
Yeah. So in theta state, you can actually be the chariot driver.
But
You
isn't it
have
great?
you have the
Yeah,
control.
it definitely is. I mean,
So you get to be very, very aware of what's going on. So I'm sure there will be a lot of questions in the minds of people that what would the experience of being in theta state be
Yes.
like?
yes,
So when you
yes,
are in theta state, for example, if I am facilitating a theta session for you, Rupali, I will enter your aura, I will enter your system, and I will start perceiving and knowing and sensing all of your thoughts, feelings, emotions, all of your beliefs of this lifetime, even of the past lifetimes. It's actually that
okay,
incredible. All of your hidden agendas. For example, if there is something that you want in your life and you're not getting that, you're not being able to create that for you. So, what is the reason for it? And what is the hidden agenda for it? All of those things start to show up when you are scanning someone, even when we are scanning ourselves. So,
okay.
that's how it goes.
If I may just interrupt you for a very
Yeah.
small second, because just trying to understand. So, you mentioned that you go into the theta state, right? Which is where
Yes.
you can actually change things. So, when you're doing this theta healing, so is it that you put the patient, as in the person that you are healing, like you try and put that person into the theta state, or is it
No,
you who is in the theta state and then trying to
Yes.
we are
okay,
certified Theta Healers from the Think Institute of USA. It is the Theta Healing
okay,
Institute. We are
okay,
trained to enter into a theta brainwave state wherein, with the
okay.
person, the client's permission, we enter into
Right.
their auras. We read their mind.
Okay.
We understand what is
Okay.
going on in their life, why certain things are happening for them, why certain things are not working
Yeah.
for them. Basically, it's like
Okay.
energetically scanning somebody
Right.
and telling them. We actually impart the
Okay.
knowledge to them that this is why certain things are, why you're not being able to create, why you can create, how you can
Okay.
create. So we give them the awareness of the subconscious mind, what is going on in their
Okay.
subconscious
And
mind.
you know how this
Okay.
actually functions is actually miraculous because we deal with a lot of clients. They're all strangers, of course. We only know their
Right.
first name. We just start
Right.
working on them. And there are so
Mm.
many things that we start picking up about their lives, about their past, about their bodies, about their points of view, how they think, how they feel. It's actually amazing. And it's incredible. Every time we facilitate theta on someone, it's actually such a grand experience because you don't know what it's going to be like when you're just
Right.
starting the process. And
Yes.
let me explain a little bit about the subconscious self of a person. It's like an onion. Okay, you see how onion has peels, it has
Right.
layers. The same way a person's subconscious has layers. So if I
Mm.
were to scan you for the first time, Rupali, I would
Mm.
only be able to pick up all the surface layers, all the beliefs
Okay.
that are just prevalent at the top. And
Mm.
then as you go on digging deeper, 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 you
Mm.
get to the core beliefs of a person. So it's
Okay.
actually a
Like, you want to tell them about the person we worked regarding the money issue? that
Yeah.
why he was not
So
being able to
basically,
create
there
money.
was this person we worked upon, and
You have to hear this.
he again wanted to really have great abundance in his life. Who doesn't want that, right?
And he'd
Of course.
actually done the secret manifestation.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times.
So he had written down a paycheck for himself that I must receive maybe 10 crores at the end of this month or something like that.
he had
was,
a list, screenshots on his
Yeah.
phone, everything about these positive affirmations and
Yeah.
everything. He's like, why can't I get money?
I am trying my level best. Why isn't it showing up? So we started working on him. We started scanning him. We got into his his subconscious self, and he had such negative points of view about money. He had this point of view that money is evil, and if I have money, I'll become evil. I'll become arrogant. I'll start taking.
I'll go away from God.
I'll go away from God. God will punish me if I'm too rich. I'll go away from my family. I'll become too arrogant. I'll start misusing my money. Those were his hidden subconscious beliefs that he had no idea about.
Like consciously, he was really trying to get the
Right.
money, affirming,
Right.
trying his level best, working hard,
Right.
doing everything to earn money.
Yeah.
But you see,
Right.
if you subconsciously, he had that belief that money is the root of all evil. So when we facilitated Theta Healing on him, we first gave him all of this information. That's
Yeah.
what we do. We give all kinds of awareness. Whatever we get, we give it to the client.
Right.
And then
Right.
we do belief work. We pull, cancel, and release all those non-contributing points of views, all those limiting points of view. Like in this case, we released all the fear.
Everywhere
he thought money is the root of all evil, or
yeah.
everywhere he thought money will take me away from God. All what she said, we removed all of that from 4 levels: the soul level, the core level, the genetic level, the history level. You know,
Yeah.
all your
Like I
levels.
said, the subconscious self is like an onion peel. It's so many
Right.
layers. So we have
Yeah.
to function at all the levels. And without, going into the details of that, there is so much that we can talk about. It's just important to, be aware of these subconscious beliefs, because when we are aware of what's going on in your subconscious self, then we make you aware. And then you know. And awareness, like we said in the beginning of the chat today, that awareness is the key to change. You can't change something unless and until you are aware of it. For example, if you are wounded, if you have a wound on your hand, until and unless you don't see it, you don't address to it, you can't heal it. You have to be able to. You can't be blinded to certain things. So healing, like these healing modalities like Theta Healing and Access Consciousness, bring you so much closer to your subconscious
you so much
self.
clarity. So like in this case, we released all of that. And now then what? Then we download in that person. We instill in them the positive thoughts, feeling and emotions. We download it in them. What it feels like to create money with ease.
Yeah.
What it feels like to enjoy your money without feeling guilty. What it feels like to live an abundant life. So when you do that, you see we have now trained his subconscious.
Yeah.
We have tamed it. Automatically his thoughts, your actions change. How you perceive life changes. How he perceived money changes. And it came back from like how it was one of his past beliefs. It was actually his father's belief which he had taken over. That because his father felt so even he had subconsciously starting to feel that. A lot of times we do that. We start mimicking other people's beliefs and just take it as ours.
Yeah.
So when you clear all of that and when you download in them the positive feels, things automatically start showing up for that person.
And thanks for saying that, because I want to now bring this forward, that you may be thinking that, wow, two girls, how can two girls be so powerful to change your reality? Just changing your subconscious beliefs like that. Is it that easy? So I want to put one thing over here, that when we perform healing on a person, even on ourselves, there is nothing that we are doing. We are not the doers in this case. We are only witnessing the healing happening. Okay? We are just mediums, we are just channels, or just portals that are connected to the universal forces in that moment.
We are co-creating with
co-creating with the universe. We are communion with the energy of the universe. But we are not doing anything. We don't get to decide that, oh my God, this belief is terrible, or this belief is so great, keep it. We are not the one who decide. We are not the decision makers here. We are only witnessing what we are being made to see by the creator. We are only watching it like a show. So that's how it works. The messages that we receive from the creator, because we are so in that deep sense of connection with the seventh plane. There's a lot of technical things that go into theta healing. So once we are in that state of connection, we start witnessing healing happening, and we are not doing anything.
It
Always
is
remember,
the creator, it is the God's light which is
I don't
facilitating.
think it is in the hands of human beings.
We
to
are
change
nowhere
it.
to judge that
Yeah.
what is good for you, what is
Right.
it is always done from
Right.
creator's perspective. What is the highest and best for
Yeah.
that person?
Hmm.
Something which is in the highest and best for you may not be the same for the other person. So
Right.
everybody's session is different, everybody's belief system is different, and how it operates on them is all done from creator's perspective,
Yes.
in their highest and best, not as to what we think.
Yeah, it's not up to us to
That
change
is
a
the
person.
most beautiful part of this healing, because it is done in your highest and best and not done by somebody
Yeah.
who's controlling your life. No.
Yeah.
It
It
is
Right.
it is the universal forces which decide which is in
Everything
your
that
best.
we do, all the clearings that we give, all the downloads that we give during theta healing, everything is done in the creator's perspective. That is what the creator, the universe, wishes you to have. We are just, like I said, we are just vessels, we are just mediums, we are just
Mediums.
channels who are facilitating it for you from the creator's side. We are not doing any magic on you. And that's why I think a lot of people have so many questions about theta. They're so scared when,
I
when
know.
we're scanning them, because honestly,
There is
it
a lot
is,
of fear being exposed, being
Yeah.
judged, and this is a space of no judgment.
yeah.
It is what it is. You accept, deal with it, clear it, receive something beautiful, and create a different life.
Because why people are so hesitant at times, because people do understand that once we scan you energetically, then there is no space for lies and secrets. You
Right.
can't portray a masked image to us. It
You
doesn't
can't
Of
work
course.
pretend
like
to be
that.
someone who
You
Right.
need to be at your most vulnerable self, your most exposed self, to receive a contributing theta healing session. And that's how it works, because everything is out in the open. It's such a
I-
big state of vulnerability. I remember when we were
Oh, yeah.
working on ourselves, when I scanned myself for the first time, when I learned theta, I think I was taken aback. I said, I did not know all of this about me.
My first reaction was, no, I'm not like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, then you have to take a while to absorb the information given to you, and then you realize
Right.
where it's coming from.
Yeah.
So again,
Right.
there's no space of judgment. There's no lies. It is
Right.
just it is.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Get rid of it.
And
Get
create a
something
greater
positive
life.
in your life, and create a better life. So it's all
So I
about
have a No, thank you so much. I mean, there's so much information, and I also have a couple of questions. I didn't want to interrupt you while you guys were explaining. So, firstly, when you said that you are able to, figure out what is there in the subconscious mind. So, I mean, how are you able to figure out? I mean, is it something that you are able to receive as a message? I mean, I'm just trying to understand that, like,
Yeah.
how is it that you're understanding what is there in my subconscious mind?
That's a
So,
very,
That's a
very
very good,
frequent
and
question
that's
we receive.
exactly.
right.
Let me explain with an example. Rupali, your entire body, when we scan you, every organ, be it your skin, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your lips, your throat, your lungs, your digest, hold certain thoughts, feelings, emotion, belief systems.
Yeah.
And when
Right.
they actually go unchecked, the non-contributing ones go unchecked, they show up as disease. Like, for example, if I am entering your aura, the first thing I'll witness is probably any kind of negativity around you, any kind of negative entities around you. Then, there could be a time when you're scanning somebody and, you are directed towards the liver, which is appearing as a very dark colored thing. So then we ask for
Right.
a message for that thing. So our liver
Okay.
generally holds, is discolored. Why? Because, it's holding a lot of resentment, anger,
Yeah.
hurts of the past, which somebody has suppressed for a long time. So when you keep doing that, you will start seeing that your liver is, not functioning that well. So when we facilitate healing on this person, we actually teach them what it feels like to forgive, to release the anger,
Yeah.
to move on in life.
And people are we've met so many people, we've facilitated so many people who have so many back aches, neck aches, shoulder aches, all kinds of body aches, muscular aches. And those are the people who are holding a lot of stress, tension, burdens in their lives. And that's why it is manifested in the form of a body ache in their body. Every negative belief that you store, like hurts, resentments, anger, fury, rage, it manifests in the form of a disease in your body. So when we start scanning the person, when we start scanning, we perceive all of these organs. We start perceiving your organs that are not functioning at their greatest capacity.
Like somebody, like right now, lungs are responsible for storing grief and sorrow. People who feel very lonely, people who have been storing their grief and hurt for a long time, start, what happens is it weakens your immune system, which I'm sure nobody wants to do. During COVID times, everybody wants their lungs strong. So somebody like this, we release the belief that, the fears of losing people, the fear of, that I must hold my emotions in myself. I must hold my
fear of abandonment,
because they have to fear of abandonment, she said. And then we download in them what it feels like to live in joy, what it feels like to feel loved, to express. So, it's Theta Healing is actually, in every case, different messages come up. Like it's for a small thing, like even if you have to travel, like I would ask you, think of a place which you've been wanting to go and you've never been able to go. Why? We scan you for that also. What happened? When it happened? Why is it that you've not been able to go there? Why is it that certain times when you go on a holiday, mishaps happen? And why certain holidays are beautiful? Why every time you plan to go to a particular destination, something happens and you don't end up going?
Because we have
like my own
some
case.
Points of view about countries also. Like it is too in depth.
You have points because see, you have a point of view about everything in life. So basically what is not working for you is because there is some kind of a hidden or a limiting point of view. That is why it's not working for you. Clear that, download the positive emotion and be free. Like I cleared my Spain. Like my husband travels like how his main work is in Europe. And I've gone everywhere with him except for Spain. And after the Theta Healing session, I found out why is it that I've not been able to go. And I've been to Spain 3 times after that. So you can use it. It's like, it's a beautiful modality. Which can be used for anything.
Sorry to interrupt you. So I understood the fact that where you said that you're scanning the energies and somehow probably, I'm not sure if the entire audience is being able to relate so much, but because I've done pranic healing, I'm able to really relate to the energies related to all the organs and everything that you said about resentment and grief and all of that. So I definitely, like, I'm able to relate to all of that, but I'm still a little confused as to, so how are you receiving these messages? I mean,
that is something
if you get my question. I mean, is it, I mean, I'm not asking you the process, but I'm asking you, like,
so I understand
in what
your question.
Right.
And I remember asking this question to my teachers when I was learning. I said, how do you know? So when you have awareness, when you have a knowing, when you have a sensing, you cannot explain it. It is beyond definition. It is beyond words. It is beyond any limited words that you can use to explain that feeling. It's like asking someone, so when you're in love, how do you exactly feel? It's like that.
No, but then, like, there are very specific things that you're figuring out about somebody, right? Like you mentioned the example where that person...
We have been practicing this study for the last 6-7 years now. And it comes with practice.
See, there is a roadmap. That's what I'm saying. There's a particular process. There's a particular training for this. You have to be proper Theta healer, like a facilitator of Theta Healing. It is only then you can do. It is actually getting connected to the universe, to the creator of all that. You may call it God, Allah, God, whatever name. It is being connected to God, to the creator, to the universal forces, and then actually asking them as to what is. That's what I'm saying. We are just witnessing the healing. We are commanding the forces to give us the message. We impart it to the person, and then with their permission, we clear it for them.
And I love this question of yours, because every time, yesterday we were working on someone, we had a session with someone, and I want to tell all the listeners today that we are right now facilitating online worldwide. So if anybody wants to book in a session and wants to know more about it, please feel free to DM us on our page. It's called Solution Healing. And we are facilitating all kinds of processes online, because there is no bar. Distance is no bar in healing. And Theta can be easily facilitated across countries. That's really not a problem. So COVID lockdown has not really put us in a state of difficulty. We've been joyfully facilitating online. It's been good for us. So yesterday we were doing a session for someone, and we witnessed something during her session. And I was, actually thinking about it later on, that how did I get to see it? How does that happen? So that your question, Rupali, is my question too. I am in a maze.
You have to experience it to actually know how it
Right.
happens.
No, I
It
was no, no,
Yeah,
so
it
this is
just
not the
does.
process. I definitely understand that since y'all are certified and y'all have been practicing for so long. So definitely there is. I mean, I was just trying to understand, not how, not how the process, but how is it that you're receiving this message, or how is it that you're interpreting it? So it is like I think from what you explained to me, I suppose it is something either you see it or it is like a message that comes to you, right?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not
that is what.
it's a sensing, it's a visual. Sometimes you get a visual, sometimes you
It's
get an
different
Okay.
every
awareness.
time.
It just
Okay.
shows up the way it has to.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there is no
Right.
right or wrong way to receive an
Right.
awareness. Sometimes when
Right.
you're scanning the person, you just sense it. And
Yeah.
a
Okay.
thought comes into your mind, or
Right.
there's something that you just feel.
Or you're taken to a particular
Hmm.
organ of that body, like
Yeah.
why.
Or
It starts with that.
Okay.
and some, like, it happens a lot actually, that you are transported into a past life of that person,
Yeah.
or
Okay.
you are
See, as we
transported to a
said,
time when we're scanning. For example, we're working on a 40-year-old, but we are reaching the time when he was a 4-year-old.
what happened when it happened. At
And
that
you can
age.
actually also reach a space in their lives when they were unborn, like they were in their mother's womb.
A lot
Right.
of
So
the beliefs are picked up when you are in your mother's womb. A
yeah.
lot of people who we worked up have that thing of being a girl, or
So this is
lot of
why they
things.
tell pregnant women, think good
Think good
thoughts,
things. Because the child
Right.
is picking up,
absorbing
is
everything.
already creating their
Mm.
points of views.
This is one of the
Mm.
greatest points of creation of a point of view when you are in your
Mm.
mother's womb, because everything that your mother is sensing, thinking, believing is automatically absorbed in your system.
So in Theta, there's
Mhm.
a process of sending light and love to the baby in the mother's womb, so that the baby, which is born, already is healthy, has a good destiny. So it goes there.
There are so many extensive processes in Theta, so many benefits of Theta. I don't think we can confine it to one little discussion.
It's just to
Right.
it's in simple ways to put in is basically it tells you about what is not working for you, tells you what will work for you to create the life you want.
Yeah.
So
When
just
you're
to put it.
scanning, it's like, I'll just give you I think you get a blueprint of the person's subconscious, how that is
Okay.
showing up, from where that knowledge is coming. Even we're in a state of shock, even 7 years later. So that's how
It
it
is what
is.
it is. Like the person who
Mhm.
founded Theta Healing cured cancer.
Yeah.
She cured her cancer, and that is how it started.
Yeah. The founder of this study was suffering from cancer, and she
Oh.
had this divine moment where she was connected to the seventh plane, and she cured her cancer in that instance.
Wow.
And that's how that's how she started to expand the knowledge of this study, of
Right.
her experience, and Theta Healing came to be. And now we're all
Wow.
students of Theta Healing, always in gratitude of this study, and trying to contribute to other people's lives, because we know how our lives have changed. So where
Right.
we were 6-7 years ago to now, the tables have turned, and we are contributing to people's lives. It's been a long
We have
way.
done so much of belief work on ourselves.
Yeah,
Like-
we're constantly working on ourselves.
We had so many
Right.
limiting beliefs. Like I, as a child, had so many limiting beliefs when I.
We all do.
So
It's not that.
it's with everyone, and there is, again, I'm saying there's no judgment, there's no right and wrong. It's nobody's fault
Right.
as to why they believe like that. It is what it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And also, Theta Healing is not just for people who are just in a crisis or have some
Yes.
kind of a problem or a
Yes.
situation or an issue. It is for everyone. It is for anyone and everyone who wants to create a better tomorrow. We've already discussed that how important the subconscious beliefs, the subconscious mind is. So imagine
Right.
having the awareness of it and then training it the way you want to create a better life. So it's not
Right.
confined to, you have a
Yeah.
problem, you have a body issue, you have a disease, okay, let's do it. I have relationship problems, I'll do it. No, you want to create a better tomorrow, you just get the healing done. So it's all about
Agreed.
that.
Oh, very well explained. And I think your examples actually made me understand how it's going, how everything works, and how you said the entire process works, and how it is that you unveil those layers just like an onion. So all those examples I've been really able to relate to everything. And like you said, that you either get the information in the form of probably visuals or some kind of an awareness. But I think that was that one doubt that I really had in my head, but how is it that you're understanding it, like, because I mean, whether is it coming like a message, or like, I mean,
It all
you
comes
have
with
that.
It
practice.
comes with practice, and
Right,
there's a particular
right.
training which you have to go
And
through.
we are following these practices on a daily basis. I don't think we ever take a
No.
break from it. It's become a part of our living. And it
Right.
doesn't feel like a job for us. Ki, oh, ho, now we have to sit and do it. What a boring task. This has become a part of my life. And I think
Exactly.
when
In our house, everybody's like, oh my God, this my business is not doing. Scan me. My friend will call me. Why am I getting pimples? Scan me. So it's like,
yeah,
every day you're just
yeah.
doing that.
So
Right.
I think it negates the need of taking medicines now.
Yeah.
Because if you're having a stomach ache, earlier you would just pop in a pill. But now
Right.
it's like, okay, so what's the awareness beneath this? And what can I know here? So all of the lives that we have touched in so many years, I mean, I think now they are always asking for an awareness when they have a problem in their life.
Before popping the pill.
Before popping a pill. So it's
Of
something
course.
like that. And
it's a beautiful modality. Like, we love it.
Yeah, totally.
Because it's very contributing.
Right now, I think I've also understood how important it is, and because I had like a small background about how energies work and how energies affect your physical body. So I think I can really very much relate to what you're trying to say. This is definitely something a little ahead from what I've been learning about and been accustomed to. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
giving
But the
such
best
a
part
great
in this is,
session.
and I just
Sorry.
want to tell you sorry, but the best part in this is that the person who's getting the theta healing done has no work to do. All the
Right.
permission. You just require that person's
Right.
permission to remove the belief and to download.
Right.
The
Right.
only easiest way to get to know your subconscious level, because you have someone else doing it for you.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you when you learn all of those things about you, you anyway have that sense of awareness of you. You get closer to your being. So once we facilitate you, once we scan you, then we tell you all of those things about you, and then you start connecting the dots of your life.
Basically, we save you all the hours of the tapping into the conscious mind and
Yeah.
take you directly into the subconscious mind, and then
Yeah.
just create a better future.
Yeah,
for
let's
yourself
dive
now.
into the 90% of the subconscious the easy way. So
Right.
that's how it goes.
Great. No, I'd like to really thank you again, because the way you all have explained everything, I've been able to really relate to it and understand what you've been trying to tell me about this form of healing. And I think just a couple of more very small questions before we can wrap up this session. So, is there like a time limit that you? I mean, is there like maybe like a 30-minute or a 15-minute session? Like, is there like a time limit session that you book, or how does it happen when you're booking sessions?
We book a session for Theta. So we always work with Theta and Access in tandem with each other. We always merge the beauty of these two modalities to create one, awareness creating session for you. So generally, I think our sessions last up to 1.5 hours to the max. 1 to 1.5 hours.
It depends, how deep the person's issue.
Right.
On an average, it is about 90 minutes, 70
which
to
is
90
not
minutes.
just theta, which is also talking, clearing, using
Right.
access statements.
Yeah, so it's a full
Right.
session wherein we get to know what your issue is and where do you require clarity in your life, and then we start doing the digging process with some access clearing statements, and then we start scanning you with Theta Healing. So there is a lot that happens in a session.
Like she said, like we're peeling the onion layer by layer to actually
Right.
get into the bottom. Like
Right.
the way I said, the person who was not getting pregnant, imagine we kept asking her questions, and the bottom belief was that she will die in labor.
She was so scared of labor that she couldn't get pregnant.
Right.
And she conceived in the 3
Right.
months after that.
Yeah,
She
she
conceived
conceived.
in 3 months. She had taken all
Right.
kinds of treatments, but she was not
Right.
being able to. So we did a lot of
Right.
digging work on her, from where it started and where we ended it.
And
So
then it was just
how
a
the
matter
session
of
goes,
a
you
couple
don't
of months, and she gave us a call that, wow, I'm pregnant. Like, so
that was
Wow.
amazing.
that was actually amazing.
I'm
So when
I'm
we-
sure. I think
when we get all of these calls from people that, oh, that changed or this happened, we're
Right.
like, wow, so much in gratitude
so
to the
many
universe.
relationships have changed thanks
Right.
to Theta Healing.
Yeah.
No, I can definitely understand, and I'm sure it must be making you also so happy to be able to actually
Of
help people
course.
in ways that they never knew, that they could solve problems, because this is not medicine, and this is not some surgery that is happening. So it is a very different and I'd say a very organic way. I'm
It
not sure if
is.
I'm
It
using the
is.
word correct, but it's not a materialistic way of
No.
doing it. And I think I just have one last question for
Please,
you, and
yeah,
I know
yeah,
I've
sure.
I've been asking too many questions. But so when
No.
when you're performing this theta healing, so the person whom you are performing it on, is that person also supposed to go into a meditative state? Is that person also
No.
meditating, or it's just
We
you who's
just
going into your?
require you, we just require
Okay,
the other person to uncross their arms and legs. That's it.
right,
Okay, just,
right.
just
Okay,
you can close your eyes, you
You
can
don't
open
want
your
to, it's
eyes.
your choice.
It's,
Just that
okay,
don't be on any electrical gadget
yeah,
at
right,
that time, and
right,
not to cross your legs. That's it.
yeah, because
right.
then that,
Okay,
kind of interferes
Interferes
with
with
our
the energy.
right.
energy scanning. So
I
just
And
this,
understand.
also, I want to say one important thing. Please understand, every download, every belief work is done with the person's permission. It is not that we will always ask your permission. Can we release this from your system?
yeah,
Can we download? It is not that because we've scanned you and we will do it. No,
no,
it has to come with
Right.
a verbal consent of the person that yes.
Mhm.
So that is all the person is required to do, is just say a yes to whatever. Like certain times, people are like no. So then we clear them further as to why they are saying no.
yeah. So when we ask,
Okay,
for example,
right.
we ask this person, would you like to do a forgiveness exercise with your mother? And the person said, no, I am not ready to forgive my mother. So you let that be. You honor the person's choices, and then you work on it. Why is that?
Then you dig on that side.
So it's a very,
Right.
we are working with the person. We require your permission. Nothing is forced onto you. Everything is happening with your permission, with total allowance of what you want during the
So
session.
that there is ease for you.
And also, a lot of people have this question. Let me just make that very clear, that when these sessions happen, there is a lot of things that come out in the light, come out in the open. Like I said, no more secrets, no more lies are
Right.
maintained. And when people start speaking to us about their lives, about their pasts, about their issues, please have that kind of security with us that whatever happens during the session stays till there.
Yeah.
I don't think Jessica and I have ever discussed, we work on people together. We always do a
Mhm.
session, two people working on a person. We have never even discussed that person later on. Once the job is done, it is
That's
done.
it. And
Right.
that is anyways a part of this healing. We are not even allowed to do that.
Yeah.
It is a very sacred form of healing. The day we do that,
Right.
we will not be able to scan someone. It is simple
It's
as
more
that.
like a oath that
Yes,
you take when
I
you start
understand.
doing these
Yeah.
studies, that it's
Right.
all of the client information. We are using it just to create a greater life for them. We are not using it as a piece of information or gossip or,
Right.
oh, let's chit
Right.
chat about it. So
Right.
have that. I would want all the listeners who would be ever interested to take healing from anyone, that all of the healers, all of the energy healers have, you can have that sense of security with them. I think that need to talk about you later on doesn't even exist in your system. It's
Right.
that liberating, this kind of study.
Thank you so much. I think there's so much information, and I'm still absorbing so much of it. I'm processing it while y'all are talking. In my head that okay, these are the things, and this is can be
Yes.
done.
Yes.
What can be done? So I don't know. I don't have much to say right now because I think my mind is still
It's
processing
fine. Please
everything.
absorb
But
the information.
yeah, but I'd just like to really, from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to really thank you. I think I'm more thankful that you came on my page and
No,
you
thanks
gave
to
Thank
you.
you so much
both
for
gave
inviting us. Thank
everybody
you so much.
such
It
a
was so
great,
wonderful talking
insightful
to you.
session. No,
Thank you.
definitely. I mean, I'm honestly very thankful. It was very enlightening for me, and I'm sure for everybody else. I've gotten so many messages where everybody's thanking you, and there are
Wow.
people who are even saying God bless you. So everybody's
Thank you so
very
much.
happy with the session, and everybody's really happy with the information that you've passed on. I think for the viewers, I would just like to reiterate that they can contact you via your Instagram page, which is Solution Healing. It's SOUL
Yes.
Solution Healing. So please contact them if you're looking for something which is as amazing as this. And like I said,